everyone, welcome to today's video, which is all about the glucose tolerance test during pregnancy. If you're new here, my name is Alexa. I'm a mom of two and I'm currently pregnant with baby number 3. As I'm filming this right now, I am 28 weeks pregnant and I actually just finished my glucose tolerance test. So I wanted to sit down and make a video going over what is it, why is it performed, and step by step what is done, what happens if you fail the test, because personally I am someone who likes to know exactly what's going to happen before it happens. So I will watch videos and listen to other people's experiences, and I find that very valuable. So I am doing my part and putting that information back out into YouTube for anyone else who is like me and likes to look up this sort of thing to prepare yourself. Also, I wanted to make it a goal for myself to make more videos catered towards first-time moms, because that's kind of the whole reason that I started this channel. At its core, this channel is really for first-time moms and for information regarding pregnancy and birth and raising children. So let's get into it. First, I just want to answer, what is the glucose tolerance test? The glucose tolerance test is a blood test that screens for gestational diabetes by measuring your body's response to sugar. And gestational diabetes is a type of diabetes that sometimes develops during pregnancy. So why is the glucose tolerance test performed? Well, unlike other types of diabetes, women with gestational diabetes often have no symptoms. So you don't even know that you have it until you get tested. And if you leave it untreated, it can lead to a whole host of problems like uncontrolled blood sugar levels, excessive birth weight, hypoglycemia in the newborn, and respiratory distress syndrome. When is the glucose tolerance test usually performed? Usually it's performed between 26 and 28 weeks of pregnancy, but your doctor might recommend that you have the test sooner if you fall into certain categories. So if you've had gestational diabetes before in a previous pregnancy, if you have a family history of gestational diabetes, if you are obese, if you had high glucose levels in your urine during routine urine screenings in your prenatal visits, or if you have a medical condition that is associated with the development of diabetes, like polycystic ovarian syndrome or PCOS. So how do you prepare for your glucose tolerance test? The test is performed differently at different locations, but generally speaking, you will be given a glucose drink at your 24-week appointment, and you usually get to pick the flavor. I've seen lemon lime, orange, and fruit punch. Your location might have more flavors. As you'll see in the footage coming up, I do not recommend the fruit punch flavor. So definitely go with orange or lemon lime. If I had to pick a favorite, I'd probably say lemon lime. I just wanted to try out a new flavor this time because I've had the other two and they were both fine. The fruit punch is by far the worst flavor. It tastes like cough medicine. So I do not recommend that whatsoever. Pick one of the other ones, please. Do yourself a favor. So you'll get that drink at your 24-week appointment. Usually the drink has about 50 grams of sugar in it, and it's about a 10-ounce drink. So it is very, very sugary, and you have to drink the whole thing within 5 minutes. It helps to get it down if it's been refrigerated, so just leave it in your fridge until you're ready. I've seen some people say that it's easier to drink with a straw. I tried that this time and I did not like the straw at all. I took it out. So that's up to you. Before your 28-week appointment, or whenever they schedule your glucose tolerance test, you're going to have to drink the entire drink within 5 minutes. The test is very time sensitive, so you have to make sure that you're drinking your drink within 5 minutes and your last drop that you swallow is actually your start time, and then your blood will get taken 1 hour from that start time. So for example, I had my 28-week appointment today at 9:10 a.m. So I started drinking my glucose drink at 8:05 a.m. and I was done with it at 8:10 a.m. 8:10 a.m. was my start time, and I got my blood taken 1 hour later at 9:10 a.m. You're not allowed to eat or drink after drinking the glucose drink. I was allowed to drink a little bit of water, but please follow whatever directions you are given. So I made sure that I had a really big breakfast and you're not supposed to eat a lot of sugary foods beforehand. I did kind of have sugary pancakes, but I didn't put syrup on them. And I made sure that I had eggs. Proteins are really good to eat before doing this test. So I had my eggs, I had my pancakes, I was nice and full. So like I said, the test is very time sensitive. So just make sure that you get to your appointment 15 minutes early, just to make sure that you're there and your blood can get taken exactly 1 hour after your start time, because if you arrive late, they're gonna send you home and you're gonna have to reschedule your test, which is no fun, especially if you've already gone through the trouble of drinking that horrible drink. So plan accordingly, make sure that you get to your appointment early. So what happens if you fail the glucose tolerance test? Well, it depends. You're going to want your result to be equal to or less than 140 milligrams per DL or 7.8 millimoles per liter. If your values come in higher than that, your doctor will probably recommend that you take a 3-hour glucose test. So this test is technically the 1-hour glucose test, where you drink your drink and you get your blood taken 1 hour later. The 3-hour glucose test is even more of a pain in the butt. So first off, you'll be asked to come into the test fasting for the past 8 hours. They'll take your blood, and this is before you've drank anything. They will take your blood to measure your fasting blood sugar levels. Then you drink your glucose drink, and you'll have your blood taken again after 1 hour, again after 2 hours, and again after 3 hours. Just so you know, a normal fasting blood glucose level is lower than 95 milligrams per DL or 5.3 millimoles per liter. 1 hour after drinking the glucose drink, a normal blood glucose level is lower than 180 milligrams per DL or 10 millimoles per liter. After 2 hours, 155 milligrams per DL or 8.6 millimoles per liter. And after 3 hours, lower than 140 milligrams per DL or 7.8 millimoles per liter. If only one of your values comes back higher than normal, you might be asked to take this 3-hour glucose test again in 4 weeks. And if more than one value comes up higher than normal, you will likely be diagnosed with gestational diabetes. And if you are diagnosed with gestational diabetes, your doctor will go over ways to manage your blood glucose levels for the remainder of your pregnancy. And it does usually resolve after your baby is born. By the way, all of the values that I'm giving you in this video are coming from the Mayo Clinic and Mount Sinai. I am not a doctor, I am not a professional, I am just a mom who has now gone through this 3 times. For legal reasons, this is not medical advice. So I think that's pretty much everything that you need to know about the glucose tolerance test. I would try not to stress too much about it. I know it seems a little bit intimidating, but it actually goes by really fast. I think the toughest part is drinking that horrible drink, but if you're not a baby like me with the palate of a 5-year-old, then it probably won't be so bad. So now that we've gone over all of this information, I want to insert my vlog from just a couple hours earlier today, where I drink my drink, I go to my appointment, I tell you about what happened in my appointment. So if you want to see my personal experience with the glucose tolerance test for the 3rd time around with baby number 3, then just keep on watching. Today is my favorite day of pregnancy. Today is my glucose tolerance test. And I have to start drinking in 1 minute. So let me go grab my drink. All right, here's my drink. They come in a few different flavors. Usually I get the orange or the lemon lime. I'm trying fruit punch this time. Although I feel like fruit punch is supposed to be red, and this is kind of more orange. It's like orangey red, so I don't know how it's gonna taste. Oh geez, it's 8:05, I gotta start. Because the hard part for me is getting it down within 5 minutes. I have to finish the drink at 8:10 a.m. So I need to get my blood drawn at 9:10 a.m. All right, taste test. It does taste like fruit punch, but nasty fruit punch. Ugh. Using a big straw, try to get it down. It's been in the refrigerator, which helps. Doesn't help that much. Ugh. It's like cough medicine. I don't know if I recommend this flavor. I think the lemon lime one might have been better. Oh, okay, I gotta do it. I feel like the straw is not helping. I'm gonna try to take the straw out. I heard other people say straws help. I don't know about that. Ugh. I think it might just be better to chug. Yeah, I like it without the straw better. It's 8:08. I only have 2 minutes to finish this. Oh my gosh, and I'm not even halfway. My face. This is so nasty. Oh, I'm being a baby about it, but oh, I'm a very picky eater. So this is like my worst nightmare. I'm also a really slow eater and drinker. I have literally 30 seconds to finish this. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm almost done. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh. One more drop. Done. Done at 8:10. Oh, the deed is done. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Oh, that was disgusting. I'm being such a baby. Am I not recording any of that? Okay, I'm sipping on some water now to try to get the taste out of my mouth. I do not recommend the fruit punch flavor. The drink is sugary on its own. That's the point of the drink. So to get a sugary flavor on top of that was just too much. It tasted like if you mixed high C with cough medicine. Just not good. From what I remember, the lemon lime one just tastes like flat Sprite. So that one is probably the one that I would recommend. Now that that part is done, which is the worst part, I have to get to my appointment 15 minutes early. Like I said before, all of this is really time sensitive. So you want to make sure that you get to your appointment early so that they can take your blood exactly 1 hour after your last drop, which means that I need to leave in about 25 minutes. I think I'm just gonna sit down and reflect on life. Okay, so I will come back when I am at my appointment. Okay, I just made it to the doctor's office, so I'm just gonna run in there quickly now. Okay, I'm all done with my appointment. It was really fast, which is awesome because usually, no offense, but this place is usually very slow. They took my blood. It felt like really only a little amount of blood, although I never watch. I get a little bit queasy when it comes to myself having blood drawn. With other people, I'm totally fine, but just when it comes to me, I don't like to look at it. It did not seem like a lot of blood. I think it was only 1 vial. And then baby got checked with the Doppler and her heart rate sounded great. That was that. I was in and out very quick. I brought myself some snacks just in case I would be feeling a little bit queasy. I have potato chips and a chocolate chip granola bar. So I'm just gonna eat some salty food before I drive back home. It's only a 15-minute drive. You can't be too safe. I forgot to say something. Another thing that I spoke to my doctor about in this appointment was my RH factor. So if you follow along on pregnancy apps or things like that, they will probably be mentioning your RH factor and getting treatment for that if you're RH negative around this time in your pregnancy. So I read that and I was like, I barely remember what that is. It seems like every single pregnancy I forget some of these things until they pop up again. Depending on your blood type, for example, A positive, A negative, B positive, B negative, O positive, O negative, the positive or negative is your RH factor. That's just a protein that is on your red blood cells, or not. If you're RH positive, you have the protein on your red blood cells. If you're RH negative, you don't have that protein on your red blood cells. It only becomes a problem if you, mom, are RH negative and baby is RH positive, because then mom's body sees the proteins on the blood cells of the baby's blood and attacks it. You have to get treatment for that, which I think are injections, or I don't even really remember what the treatment is. But again, it's only a problem if you're RH negative and the baby is RH positive. If you are RH positive, it's not a problem. Even if the baby is RH negative, it doesn't matter. I just had to double check with my doctor. I'm like, I'm sure you tested this in the first trimester. That's usually when they take your blood for the first time and they do all those tests on it. Although I never know exactly what they're doing with my blood, and they never send me a report. I was like, I think you tested it and you probably would have told me if I was RH negative. And she was like, yeah, no, you're fine. We would have told you like a long time ago. Just in case you want to bring that up during your appointment around this time in your pregnancy, it's not a bad idea, just to double check. So I have one more appointment in 4 weeks, and then we start doing an appointment every 2 weeks, which means that we are really getting to the end of this, and I can't believe it. I'm so excited. Now, for real, I will see you at home. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. I really hope that it was helpful for you. And if you did find it helpful, please give it a thumbs up, because that helps my channel so much. And leave me a comment if you have any questions, because I am an open book. So let's start a conversation in the comments, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.